iOS 18 is now available, so let's take a look at what are the new features are included in this new software version. And let's start with the way we customize our iPhone. Before, from the lock screen, we used to have a quick access to the camera and the flashlight. Now, when we long press to customize our lock screen, it is also possible to select other quick actions. The home screen also has a new design. Now there's a new way to reorganize icons in our home screen, since we can place them freely on our screen without caring about them being next to each other or not. The way we resize widgets has also changed. Now we have a new icon that allows us to change the size of the widget right away in the same screen. There's also a new edit button that we can find on the top left side of the screen that allows us to add new widgets and customize icons. We can choose if we want to have icons that are always on dark or light mode, or we want them to change automatically based on our iPhone settings. There's also another option called Tint, where we can choose the color of the icons. And finally, we can choose if we want our icons in the home screen to be small or big. On iOS 18, we can also lock apps in order to improve security and privacy. In order to do this, you only have to long press on the app you want to lock, and then select the option that says Require Face ID. It will go through your Face ID, and the next time you want to open this app, it will need Face ID to be opened. And this might be an excellent option for apps like Notes or Reminders that we might like to keep more private. Control Center on iOS 18 also has a new design. The way we access Control Center is the same as before, by swiping from the top right corner of the screen, but now we have sections. We have a favorite section, we have a music section with controls on Apple Music, then we have a home section to control our smart devices at home or at the office, and finally we have a connectivity section. In order to customize these sections, we can long press, and on the bottom side we had the option Add Control. We can also drag and drop the quick actions in order to organize them as we want, and we can also resize these icons as if they were widgets. The app Photos has also been redesigned, and now it includes a few new updates. There's also new updates related with Apple Intelligence that might come a bit later. So let's take a look at what we have as of today. There's a new design, and we can customize sections and the order in which they appear. We also have a new Utilities section where we can check the amount of duplicated or deleted pictures, for example. The way that we swipe through photos is also a bit different, and we get to decide the order in which we want to see the different sections when we open our Photos app. iMessage is one of those apps that you probably use the most in your daily life, and it also has a few important updates. For example, now when we use tap back, we can also use emojis as reactions. And maybe the most interesting is that now we can schedule messages. To do that, you only have to write the message, then press the plus button and select the option that says Send Later. Once you have selected that option, you can select a date and a time where you want that message to be scheduled, and that's it. It is as simple as that to schedule messages now on iOS 18. Let's talk about Safari. When we are navigating through Safari, now if we press the icon on the bottom left corner, we get to a menu where we can choose, for example, if we want Siri to read the page or the article. The way Siri can read content has been improved, but we also have other options, like for example, translating from one language to another. We have a reading mode where we can read articles and websites in general without so many distractions. And we have the ability to choose the typography, the background color, the text, and the text size. On iOS 18, a new app has been introduced, and it's called Passwords. The new app Passwords allows us to organize our passwords by code, keys, or Wi-Fi passwords, and we can also create our own groups to organize them as we want. At the Security tab, you can check what are the passwords that have been compromised, and very important is that this synchronizes with all your devices. Let's talk now about maps. Now we have topographic maps that display information about the elevation in our routes, and we can create routes that we can save for later, and we can also download them in order to use them without internet connection. So this can be very useful if we want to plan a hike, a run, or a walk with our family, for example. And last but not least, let's talk about the Notes app, who has had also a big upgrade. The Notes app now integrates with a new calculator. We can do very simple math, but also more complex stuff right away from our screen in the Notes app. We can save this, and there's also now the possibility to underline text with different colors. Another thing that has been introduced is the sections. What we have to do is to create a title, and then everything we write below that title will become part of a section. An arrow will appear, and we can hide or unhide that section. And these are some of the new features that you can find now on iOS 18. So make sure you download this new software version and start making the most of it on your iPhone.